I'm going to keep this quick and straight to the point. Here, your week 2 waiver wire pickups. I'm going to throw in some running backs, receivers, a tight end, a quarterback, and even a defense just for fun. If you're new here and this helps you out, consider subscribing. With the news that Raheem Mostert is going to be out about 8 weeks, Elijah Mitchell is going to be the first running back I suggest to you. Yes, this one's kind of obvious. He's going to be in every single waiver wire video you watch. Trey Sermon could come in and take over this backfield, but with the way the game unfolded and him not even being activated, I would say that's highly unlikely, and this is probably going to be the Mitchell show for the 49ers. See if he's available in your league. If he is, put in a waiver claim for him, and I wish you luck. Let's say that you lost Mostert and you can't get Mitchell. Put in a backup claim for Mark Ingram. I know, right? Last year he looked bad. He's a starting running back in the NFL. He is the starting running back for the Houston Texans, and they did not look that bad. Granted, the Jaguars are probably terrible, but aside from that, if Mark Ingram's available, pick him up and throw him on your team, right? It's gonna be low floor, low ceiling, but it will be some points, right? This is to the point that you're looking, okay, I need a running back. I need somebody to start right now. Grab Mark Ingram and just throw him on your team. The last one's going to be kind of a wait and see, right? See if he gets dropped in your league. Sony Michelle. They didn't use him week 1, right? Obviously, he just joined the team. Just see if he's dropped, okay? Just see if anybody in your league drops him, and then if he is, put in a waiver claim for him, throw him on your bench, and see how he does in a few weeks, right? He's more of a stash, keep on your bench, keep an eye on him. If he does nothing by week 5, drop him and pick up somebody else. Now moving on to receivers, I'm going to give you a couple obvious ones, and then I'm going to give you a couple of very under the radar, right? The spotlight isn't on them, guys, just so you can, get a chance at some of these guys in your waiver wire. First up, Christian Kirk still has the rapport with Kyler Murray. Murray can support multiple receiving options for the Arizona Cardinals. If Christian Kirk's available, put in a waiver claim for him if you need a receiver, right? Hopkins, Kirk, yes, I know they have Rondale Moore, but Kirk looked to be the guy that had the rapport with Murray. And with how that Arizona offense looks, I'd like to get a piece of it. Next up for receivers, kind of underrated. Spotlight's not on him right now. KJ Osborne, third receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. He looked to have some rapport with Kirk Cousins. Jefferson kind of got hurt a little bit in preseason. Thielen isn't the healthiest receiver. If something were to happen to them, KJ Osborne could become awesome for your fantasy team. See if he's available. If you have an extra bench spot, throw him on your bench, right? See how it goes. If he doesn't do anything for a couple weeks, you can move on. The next player I'm going to show you is a little bit out of left field, but it's Will Fuller, right? He's suspended right now. He could be on your waiver wire right now, right? Like, he's not going to be projected for any points, so people aren't going to see him at the top of the, trending or whoever, whatever it might be. So I would pick up Fuller right now and then just wait and see what happens when he gets back into the offense, right? Because he is better than most of the receivers on the Dolphins. Maybe not Jalen Waddle, right? He looked pretty good. Devonte Parker, I could see Willer passing him on the depth chart. Even though Parker is a different type of receiver than Fuller, Fuller is a deep threat, and he can just pop off and get you crazy production from what would probably be a flex spot on your roster. Search Will Fuller in your free agency and see if he's available. Put in a claim for him, because I doubt other people are even looking at him right now. And, next week, or I think it's next week when he gets off of his suspension, it might be too late. Let's say you need a quarterback right now, right? Most people are going to say, oh, Jameis Winston. Yep, well, he's probably owned. If he's not owned, put in a claim for Jameis. That's pretty obvious why. He got 5 touchdowns against Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay looked terrible. That's probably not going to be the case every week. If Winston's available, put in a claim for him. But behind that, I would put in a claim for Jared Goff. I know what you're saying, right? But Jared Goff, well, he does pretty good, right? He's not bad. He's not terrible. He's not perfect, right? He doesn't have that high of a ceiling, but he looked pretty good, and he's probably going to be throwing it a lot because the Lions are going to be behind a lot this year. He had 29 fantasy points, almost 30. He threw it 57 times. That's volume, okay? It's not the most perfect situation you could be in if you're a quarterback. But think about it. Garbage time is some of the most valuable time for fantasy in games, right? The Lions are going to be down 20 plus points how many times this year? Right? Throw a flyer at Jared Goff if you need a quarterback right now. I'm going to give you guys a defense real quick, and then I'm going to give you tight end and give you a couple random players just to see if they're available. You know what I mean? Like, not the common available on waiver wire, but maybe somebody dropped them before the season starts, or maybe they drop them after waivers go through, you know, just to keep an eye on type people. But for the defense, New Orleans Saints, right? Held Aaron Rodgers with 3 points. So I really need to say much more? Probably not, but I'm going to. Unless you have the Rams, Steelers, Washington football team, see if the Saints are available, get them on your team, set it and forget it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you 2 tight ends real quick. One's Juwan Johnson, New Orleans Saints, right? Look to have some rapport with Winston. Could be something good, especially if you need a tight end. Also, I mentioned it a video ago, Tyler Conklin, Minnesota Vikings. Look to have something there with Kirk Cousins. Didn't really get to see that much of it, but he did all right. It was a serviceable game for him. So there's your 2 tight ends. Before I get into the last part of it, if you guys are enjoying this video, or if you just like fantasy videos in general, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Now, I see these guys are trending down. This is exactly what you need to look for. This is the most important thing in fantasy, is to pick up players because other teams drop them way too soon. Russell Gage, right? He's a number 2 for Atlanta. Atlanta didn't look that good, right? Nobody did that good. Gage is locked in as the number 2. If somebody drops him, it is far too soon for that. See if he pops up in the free agency after Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. And the last guy I just want to point out, just triple, quadruple check and make sure they're not available. Wait. Where'd he go? Elijah Moore. He is a rookie wide receiver, right? It's going to take a little while for him to get going. But if somebody drops him, there's unlimited potential here with Moore. Yes, I know the Jets didn't look that good at the beginning of the game, but they did start picking up steam, right? Zach Wilson started like 2-11 or something, and he finished and didn't end up being that bad. See if Moore is dropped. If he has been, put the rookie on your bench and see how it goes, right? The same goes for pretty much everybody in this video, except for Elijah Mitchell, right? You can probably start him next week, and then I'm going to throw in Van Jefferson too as well. I almost missed him, right? Stafford is gonna light it up on the Rams, right? And let's get a piece of this. Yes, Kupp was pretty much everything in terms of receiving for the Rams outside of Jefferson. Pick him up, put him in your team, right? I think he's worth a flex play from now on. That's going to be it for my 2021 Fantasy Football Week 2 waiver wire pickup video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully y'all get W's this week.